Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name's John Bull, and this is yet another episode of Solely Voids, your free-to-play series where we only use Void champions with a bit of an asterisk, and we're on the horizon. We're on the horizon of what is going to be another 2x Void champion summon session. We all know those are everybody's favorites, but on this account, they're particularly meaningful. Now, not only have they been meaningful, the last 3 sessions I think have been kind of insane. I'd have to go back and look through the videos, which the playlist to this entire series is on my channel. We're like over 150 episodes if you include the live editions, but that's a great legendary book. We need a ton of those. We're desperate for those at this point. We're at that stage in the account where we are desperate for legendary books, but really desperate for voids. Okay, so we are very interested in a second. Okay, so either way, the last like 3 sessions, I think we've gotten 4 void Legos. I can't remember particularly, but let's just go through and kind of count it up. So we know the last session that we got, well, we got Titus in that, so it felt like 3. But the last session that we had gotten a Warlord, and then we've actually got an Uugo. Now that was our last session. The session before that, I think we got Incensa. So maybe it's just 3 in the last 2. For some reason, I was thinking it was 4 in the last 3. It was 4 in the last 3, because actually I think I can't remember if we got Incensa then Necret, or Necret then Incensa, but our previous one was Warlord and Uugo, then let's just say Incensa and, no, it was Necret, and then the previous session between that, we've gotten Incensa. So, patterns hold. We're looking at another Void Legendary. Let's hope. Do you want to follow along with your own raid journey? Well, here is the start for you. Click the link in the description to get a free Karato, as well as the epics Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. Here's what you need to do. Log out of Play and Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial, and then go into your inbox and claim your first champion. Click the link in the description now before it expires. Now, quick update on what we're doing. Thank you so much for these. They've been very nice. We've already started cruising right on through into our void or our non-voids that we're using for the Cursed City. So we already have a real solid base of masteries in a bunch of these champions. I've used gems here or there, but not a ton. And so we're cooking right through those. And then once those are done, I think I'm just going to pile up a next batch of them. But in that batch, we are going to go ahead and we're going to finish the masteries on this Cold Heart, our second Cold Heart. Oh, right here, Steadfast. So I want to try to just go ahead and get the rest of these masteries all sorted out so that we just don't have anything to worry about and we are just good to go with this. I think as far as the next batch, I think we have a 6-star soul for Giscard, so he'll probably be in there. Maeve is important because she has a block revive on her A3. So we're going to need that because she's in some like Ice Spider random team, so we're going to want that. And then for the blue affinity, I'm kind of thinking Hefrak. I do want to get her up since she's got a 5-star soul as well. But, you know, we're just going to try to piece it together. I got to go back and look at my documents. So it's not the end of the world if we don't know who that is right now. Cursed City normal, we're just going right on through, getting as much stuff as we can. And hard, we've already basically brick wall. We've done basically everything that we can do already. So we're pretty much hard stuck. I really want to try to get one of these 2, but I just don't think it's going to happen given this is all force and we have none of these champions leveled, and this is all magic and we have none of these champions leveled, so it's not really looking good for the home team. But I thought, well, actually I would like more mythical charms, but I don't need any more mythical charms anymore because we did get through that mission and we're officially on the last stage of Marius. So that's pretty exciting because we're gonna get this, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get this, and I'm not really seeing a whole lot that's gonna stop us until we get to the hard mode stage 10. So to get the hard mode stage 10, we just have to continue the live arena grind. I've already started going into HP and defense to try to hope that our team can stay alive, but I also have plans in the work to try to get Queen of Hearts way faster than what she currently is. She's 279. In the Fire Knight's castle, she's 299. She's not even over 300 with an extra 20 speed, so that's telling me she's not fast enough. I really want her in 6-piece impulse, but I just don't really have the gear, honestly, for that. There's a couple good pieces in here, but nothing crazy. I think 6-piece impulse would be huge for her because she's going to ally attack more because she's going faster, but also she's going to have a 36% chance of decreasing the cooldown on that, so she's going to be using that more also, and I think that will be really, really valuable if we can try to fit her in. Even 2-piece would be good. So now that we've got through the quick update, what I want to do is I want to go through every single faction, and I want to talk about what is my most wanted Void Epic and my most wanted Void Legendary from each faction, given that, you know, we're basically guaranteed to get a Void Legendary tomorrow. Okay, so within the Bannerlords, who am I looking for? As far as epics go, I've had all of them, so I'm just looking for anybody that can fill the faction Guardian. Now, as far as the legendaries, I have basically all of these champions between this account and my main, except for one, and that is Taras. Taras is not only pretty cool looking, half-shaved head, but he's also renowned as one of the best HP nukers in the game, and I've never been able or had the opportunity to play with him, and so having, you know, just the whole kit on him is insane, and the slight chance that we could ever get a Marichka to pair with him would be great. We need a few more nukers on this account because that's probably my weakest area, so having a Taras would be huge. High Elves. Within the High Elves, I don't have an Exemplar, so I guess I'll take her. That would be my most wanted, even though she's not very good, I'm pretty sure. But within here, you know, I could use some more nukers for the faction wars. So it's between Ethos and Supreme Elhain. I have a Supreme Elhain on my main account, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose Ethos. You know, he's kind of old school, kind of power crept, but I still know that he nukes hard, and he could be used in the arena tag team at least. All right, Sacred Order. We got a lot going on in the Sacred Order, and as far as the epics go, though, I don't have a ton going on. Cardinal, Inquisitor Shamael, and Godseeker Aniri all could have very, very important uses, but I think Godseeker Aniri is just going to be where it's at. You know, she is not only just generally good, she's insane against Sand Devil, so we might be able to build a Sand Devil team that moves a little bit faster than the one that we currently have, and there's a good amount of legendaries, and we already have 2. So quite frankly, I would probably prefer not to have any of these legendary champions except for Cardiel. Cardiel not only has a good speed aura, he has a ally attack with all champions on a 4-turn cooldown and a sweet block debuffs and revive on death. He could really be the difference between us getting to Fire Knight 10 and us not getting to Fire Knight 10. Barbarians is also a really strong faction for us as well. We have all the epics, so I think Dupe Sawai's would be good, maybe to continue to empower her. I haven't built up Harkin, and I even haven't built Skytouch Shaman, but I don't really have her, I don't really use her anywhere. The legendaries, like I said, is a really, really strong faction for the Voids, and we have 2 of them. Obviously, Yakarl's free. I've been using Tuhanarok on the free-to-play challenge or free-to-play guide account that I have, and she's really good. She's really insane, but I don't think I could ever pass an Odin up. Odin is insane. He has like an enemy max HP that steals buffs, an insane aura, 40% in all battles, and then a removing of all debuffs and a stun and a decreased defense. Wild insane would be crazy on this account, not to mention the black damage every so many turns. I mean, he's crazy, and he would be really good on this account. Okay, Ogrins was what was once one of my strongest factions, has definitely fallen off. We have gotten some of the epics, but there's some big ones missing, and actually we're probably missing the best 3 between Maneater, Skrank, and Eurogrim. Obviously, Unkillables we don't really care about that. Eurogrim would have been great a long time ago and is a good champion, but ultimately I just want Skrank. My burner situation is really, really weak. I'm still looking for burners, and he has that on his A3, and it fills the turn meter. I mean, he's just a complete champion, so using Skrank would be really beneficial for this account, particularly in some areas that we don't have. Togrin, everybody kind of poo-poos on him, but I think he's good. But the obvious choice here of all of these champions is Grzur. He's basically like a Krisk, but he has enemy max HP, so his hitting is way harder. He's kind of cool looking. This reminds me of like Mordor from Lord of the Rings, and he's just a cool champion, and on top of that, he's good. Come with a Provoke, enemy max HP that heals. He's got like the Vogoth, like passive. When he gets hit, he heals. He would be pretty solid in like all areas of the game for us. Now, Lizards. When we first got started, we almost only had Lizard champions because of Slixus, and actually I didn't realize that they only have 3 Voids, so Skathix is the obvious one. Skathix is also really good. Has a cleanse with the block debuffs and a shield, and then just chance of stealing buffs and a decreased speed, and then places a block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn before their HP drops below 30%. He's just a pretty solid epic. I could see him getting some use. He's got fish around his neck. I've never really noticed sad. It's not a tough one, actually, now that I think about it, because Krisk is really good. Feedy would also be really solid on our account, but a Sulfurion is just insane. Burner, Reviver, does it all. He would be great not only in PvE, but he'd be great in all the different arena modes. He is probably amongst, like, the top champions, like, period, I want on my account. Okay, Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers, this is a bit of a weird one, because it looks like I have all of these champions, but I don't actually have a Gom, because I had to feed him to get Titus, and I think Gom is actually probably one of the best ones there outside of Basher, you know, with a stun, and then a leech and a heal reduction, and a continuous heal and increased speed. He's actually a really, really great epic champion, just in general, and I would really like to have him. He'd be great to try to get our team to go a couple stages into Faction Wars hard. Okay, obviously we all want Marius, but we know that we have a path to get Marius. I guess Leo. Leo would be kind of my preferred one. Big nuker, has a way of keeping himself alive. I don't think I can really ask for much more than that. And he would definitely fit into one of my teams. I'm not sure which one. As far as the arena, he would be really good. Okay, Orcs. Orcs has taken a 360. It was like the weakest faction for the longest time, and it's really turned around. We've only have gotten 2 Hawk. Tolf and Seer would be really good. Laberga is also really solid, but she's a Doom Tower champion. I mean, how could I turn down a Seer at this point? We're definitely ready for a Seer to try to help at least like clear Doom Tower waves faster, because it does take a while for us to do that. You know, just the enemy max HP, stripping of buffs. She's just really, really good. Everybody knows about her. I would like her at this point. All right. I think we're just going to continue with this. It's tough. Supreme Gallic would be really, really good because of the burn. I mean, he brings like everything you want for Hydra. Burn, block debuffs, decrease speed. That's crazy, crazy good. But Raka's also pretty solid, and a Reviver actually would be really good if I wanted to make some progress into the Faction Wars hard with this. And I've actually already made some good because Khan's insane. I'm going to pick Supreme Gallic because burners are few and far between on our account. Okay, Demon Spawn. Demon Spawn, there's only one epic we don't have left, and that's Umbral Enchantress. She's one of the best. Her Skimfos, but I'd probably prefer an Umbral at this point. Provoke. She's kind of got a weird kit, but she's really good. And then of these Void legendaries, I mean, Anithri is cool with the black revives, but ultimately Chalco is just strictly better. Increase accuracy, decrease speed. He hits really hard. This ability is really good. And then he's immune to CC buffs, so if you can somehow just keep him alive, he is a little bit squishy. He's going to absolutely wreck the opponent's team, so he would be great in like really all sorts of different arena team. Undead Hordes. So in the Undead Hordes, there is just Khafru. I mean, there's only 2. That's ridiculous. Like, you got to get a couple more, like, I don't know. Only 2 seems low, so definitely Khafru. I think he's got some weird abilities to, like, be the stun tank and clan boss. I'm not really sure how I'd use him or if he'd be used, but, you know, we just want to collect all of the Voids, so he's definitely the obvious one here. Okay, what about this one? I have a Vlad. A Valkanen's kind of weird. I know Little Miss Annie hits really hard. She's got a triple hitter and a heal reduction. I think I'd probably go Little Miss Annie, and I think it's because she hits insanely hard, and we might be able to replace Coldheart with her and be more effective in Fire Knight Hard 10. Okay, Dark Elves. Dark Elves, it's a very, very, very strong faction for us, given that you just get so many free Void legendaries. I mean, 2 of the best Void epics though we're missing. Lua probably, because I think I have a 5-star or 6-star soul sitting around for her, so I probably would like her first and foremost, and she's a bit of a nuker, so that would help within the Faction Wars hard. And of all of these, I would want the Blade Master, but obviously I'm not getting him. I guess I'd take Tremeria. She's actually sneaky good. A good aura. She has a block debuffs with the cleanse and then a turn meter fill, but then she's also got the stun, and so she's like an insanely strong champion, and she's kind of one that I was gonna say she's got to have pretty good reviews, and actually these are probably a little bit low. She brings a lot. She's just not like meta in any one area, but I would like a Tremeria. Night Rev. Night Rev is one of my favorite factions. We're missing some really good ones. Golden Reaper, Skull Crown, Faceless. We have Whisper, who's probably definitely my most wanted. Of the epics, I think Golden Reaper would be the one I'm trying to go for. Increased speed and a turn meter boost is definitely something that we could use within the faction crypt to keep us going, with a decreased attack, which is pretty solid. And then the epics, all the epics are really, really good. Solus would be great. I actually don't know much about Carrion, but ultimately Narcissus is probably my favorite champion in the entire game. He has an insane, this hits hard, period, even if it doesn't do the double hit, and he has a chance for a block revive. He's just, his skin is insanely cool. He's got a good kit, and he's one of the top tier nukers in the game. How could I turn him down? Okay, Dwarfs, we actually are missing like two of the best epics, I think, out there between Gala and Runekeeper, and I would choose Gala. Mostly because my crypt team, my faction war crypt team, is really missing some high quality damage. Right now it's just Ragnar in like a regen set. The rest are kind of meh at best, so definitely Gala would be an epic that we're really looking for. Runekeeper's really close. I think of these as two of the best. Outside of Demitha, who's good mostly because of her unkillable clan boss capabilities, but Gala is really where it's at for me. Okay, this one's tough because all four of these are like insane. Like Senna, it would be insane for Chimera. Tortman's really good, just period. Particularly good in the arena for trying to counter a speed team of some sort. Arnorn's also a heck of a damage dealer in PvP, and Acrizia is just insane for boss killing. I mean, I guess I'm going to pick Senna for a couple reasons. Chimera is a struggle point for us right now, so having her would be pretty insane. Good lead, keeps the team alive, but she puts all these continuous heals out, and then that boosts the turn meter, so you're just taking 1 billion turns. She's so good. All right, Shadowkin, guess what? We can't get any more of the epics because Taya is definitely a Doom Tower champion, so Genbo, we would like extra copies of Genbo and just go ahead and empower him. Same with the Boro, either one, but I guess Genbo's kind of cooler. Pretty solid Void Legendary section. Genro is a Doom Tower champion. Yumiko's wild, but I think I need nukers more than I need anything else. And I kind of already have a Warlord, and actually Warlord's not getting as much use, but Yumiko resets also. I would take Yumiko. It's really tough, but she like increases the turn meter of opponents' turns and decreases your own. Like that's like the only champion that does that, so that's pretty valuable. As well as a Hex, and she protects herself with the Veil. She's just insanely good. No, don't need any more argument than that. And then Sylvan Watchers. It looks like we have all of the epics, so I would either want additional Nias or Dianas to empower. I'll go with Diana. And also an insanely good Void Legendary pool, I would say. Maybe not insanely good, but really good. Allele is not too bad. He's halfway decent. Neve is on the 10x and obviously would be really cool with getting her. But ultimately, I would just want an Emic. Emic is probably one of my favorite Void legendaries out there, period. He's got a taunt and an unkillable on the whole team as well as a shield. Puts a shield out on the whole turn, but then decreases the cooldown of all your teammates' turns by 1 turn. This is a really powerful move. I understand it's only 1 turn, but it's a lot better than you think. And then increases the value of a shield on his A1. And then his passive actually could be pretty solid within the arena as well, because whenever attacked under a shield, has a 50% chance of increasing the cooldown of 1 random skill on the attacker. And remember, he's got the taunt, so if they have single target, they're going to be attacking him. He might be able to find a way into his Go Second arena team. So I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to continue to farm the excellent Super Raid Double Time Minotaur runs and try to get some of these champions with some masteries before we continue to try to make some progress in the Cursed City. Comment down below, who are your most wanted Void champions that are coming out on this 2X. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks, and I will see you on the other side.